Hi guys, this is Pravas and this is day 8 of my free-to-play account. And in my last video I posted, I was talking about few champions who were non-void rares who are worth keeping, and in this video I will talk about void rares who are worth keeping. So let's begin. First of all, Banner Lords, nothing is there. I won't keep anyone personally, but if you are a collector, you will definitely want to keep at least one of them. I personally won't keep anyone from here. Next one is High Elves and Reliquary Tender, phenomenal healer, cleanser, reviver, mixed in a one complete package. Definitely worth keeping her. She had high HP. She brings a continuous heal buff as well as cleanse on her A2, which can be booked to 3 turns. And she has a revive on a 5-turn cooldown. Plus, she also brings decreased attack debuff. It's a single hit and can be booked to 50% chance. My math is correct, right? Yeah, 50% chance. Phenomenal champion. Definitely keep her. One of the top tier champions in this game. Next one is Sacred Order, and there is nothing worth talking about. Barbarian, there is just one. I haven't played him yet. I definitely got him in my main account from recent events. I would test him. If you have tested him and played him, definitely comment below how he performs. But right now, all in I can see that he is a champion who can place 2 poisons on all enemies. Obviously, it's a smaller version of poison, but 2 times chance of placing poison on all enemies is very good, and very good for late games. I don't know how his AI performs just yet, so definitely keep a copy of him. If you have played him, tell me how he performs, if his AI is working correctly or not. uh, his third skill also brings an SP burn, very good to on bosses. So he is a very decent champion on paper. I haven't played him, so if I get copy of him, I will definitely keep a copy of him. If we talked about Barbarian, we talked about, okay, here is the big boy, king of debuff. Everyone loves him, everyone wants him. The Bellower. All his attack is AoE. He has 100% chance of placing decreased attack debuff of smaller version as well as decreased defense debuff of smaller version. Phenomenal there. Apart from that, he also brings decreased speed debuff of 50% chance when booked, 75% chance. Great. And blocks cooldown skills on A1, and all 3 skills are attack all enemies. Phenomenal champion. That's why he is one of the top tier champions in this game. Obviously, look out for him. If you got him, you are definitely lucky. I haven't got him in any of my accounts, so he is the best of the best rare in my opinion. Obviously, there are few others. Apothecary is very nice too, but Bellower is still right there with them. And in Lizardman, I want to talk about this guy. He brings a speed buff of small person as well as turn meter boost of 15%. as well as increase speed in arena by 15%, and he brings an revive on a 5-turn cooldown as well, similar to Reliquary Tender, but he is a speed champion. Reliquary Tender is a cleanser slash healer, so he is also worth keeping. Uh, Obviously, if you have Apothecary, I don't think you will need him, but he is good. We have done Ogryn, Skinwalker. Skinwalker, nothing there. Just one champion, and he's not worth talking about. So let's move on to Ox. And out of couple, Veteran is the better one in my opinion. I recently pulled him. Decent champion, defense based, to attack 2 times, place and decrease attack debuff on enemy, 50% chance of placing this debuff. The only issue is that it has just one chance of placing it, unlike Terrell, who has two chances on each attack. I don't know why he's different, but he is very good champion. He also increased crit rate by 30% on A2, as well as attack an enemy, and attacks all enemy and place block buff on everyone. So the champions like Hodins in the Dragons layer, and champions like Spirit Host, who like to buff and make your run difficult, so he can come in and block those and definitely make your runs much faster, much smoother. So he's one of the best champions in my opinion as a rare. We have done Ox, Demon Spawn. Only one noteworthy of in Demon Spawn in my opinion is Spellhound. I don't know any other champions in this regard who can bring reflect damage of 100% uptime, which is very good for Finite Castle. Apart from that, he has his attack skill, which is his only attack skill, which is A1, attacks all enemies, and it's based on defense as well as attack. So he can be very tanky and still do very good damage. He also brings a block damage on one ally for 1 turn. Mostly he puts it on the leader. So that's I think all in this Demon Spawn faction. Undead Horde, Seducer comes in mind. He is very good because of his A3, which in place a block debuff buff on, wow, that's hard to pronounce, block debuff buff on all allies for 2 turns. As a rare, I don't think anyone else put this buff for 2 turns, and he also brings increased defense. Obviously, it's a smaller person, but he does bring it, and he also brings an ally protection and block damage buff on himself. But it requires Temptress to be on the same team, and Temptress is very squishy. I have played her on my main account. Obviously, they were only level 40, and I was testing them on dungeons like 13. So, yeah, this ally protection skill, I don't think it's worth it. But this skill get alone makes him very good champion. Definitely keep a copy of him. Very nice to have him. I don't think anyone else is there noteworthy of. Dark Elves, Cold Heart, Dark Elves. Whenever you talk about Dark Elves, Void Champion, Cold Heart is the first one to come in mind, and because of this ability right here, phenomenal hard-hitting ability and it decreased turn meter of all of the enemy by 100%. Phenomenal champion. And she brings a 4 hit A1 which has 25% chance of placing 100% heal reduction, which can be booked to 35%. As well as she brings some poison only, but it's only on where the enemy is on heal reduction debuff, so that's that. But this skill alone makes her top tier. Definitely keep all the copies of her, not just one, all the copies of her. She's that great. Another one is the Painkeeper. She is also very good champion in regards. She has a turn meter boost in his A1, and she brings heals. When booked, it goes up to 18%. I know that because I have played her, and she heals for around 6,000 to 10,000 depending on her gear. If you have more HP on her, she will heal more. Apart from that, she also brings a reduced skill cooldown by 1 turn, and she can definitely be go in clan boss as a healer up until brutal. But if you want to use her in, but people use her in some quirky clan boss teams such as unkillable teams, which requires 1 man eater and 3 painkeepers. So that's there. If you get her, keep at least at least a copy of her. You you should keep all the copies of her, in my opinion, just as Cold Heart. She is that great, and I don't think there is anyone else who is more worthy. Dark Revenant, Void, Champions. First of all, hey, not that loyal. Void Champions in Dark Revenant, only one that comes in mind is Renegade. Then again, she brings a 25% chance of placing heal reduction on her A1. She attacks 3 times randomly, plays a smaller version of decreased speed as well as decreased accuracy. But the main reason is this skill right here. Stu has done a phenomenal job of showcasing how you can use her in a speed teams to farm end game of dragons and other dungeons. She is that great. This skill right here makes her that great. It reduced skill cooldown of all skill cooldowns of all allies by 2 turns. Very good champion. Definitely keep a copy of him. And we will move on to next faction. Dwarfs, the only one I would keep a copy of him is Bulwark, and that's because of this skill right here. His passive brings a 30% extend duration of all debuffs by 1 turn on attacker. He had to take a hit, so he's basically a clan boss specialist. He had to take a hit, but he can be placed as a lead because he has a defense aura of 17% in all battles. So if you are struggling to keep those debuffs on the clan boss, he definitely can make it into your team. He also brings an HP burn as well as a weaken of smaller version on A1. So that concludes my rare champion list who are void and worth keeping. And I am tired now, so this will be my last video for today, and I will see you in my next video tomorrow. Bye guys.